spin this for a little bit. I guess we're live now.
Guess so. We already have 2 comments right at 8. That's awesome.
Let's see. All right. So I guess we decided we wanted to do this to celebrate the first 500 subscribers. So thanks everyone for coming by.
Yeah. I'm just gonna shout out quick. Somebody said, "Nice to see your face." I guess we always do kind of hide behind the camera.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. There's something about trespassing and showing your face that just doesn't seem right.
We don't do damage, so I don't think anyone really cares too much.
Yeah. So we have a couple of questions that we've collected over the last couple of weeks from different people. We'll be answering those. If anyone does have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and we'll answer those as well. So.
Is there anything that you had right away? Or I was going to say, this guy Snake has a question, and I feel like, hey, if he's watching us live, I think we should interact.
Yeah. No, I'm completely fine with that. So let me throw that up I'll throw that up real quick.
Okay.
So do you have to worry about any legal consequences during filming? Yeah, that thought's always, we're kind of always thinking about that. But thankfully the worst we've run into is a security guard.
Yeah, and thankfully he didn't really do anything and believed us that we were just walking around. So I guess it's also just kind of how
he did not believe that.
That is fine, as long as he did not act on it being anything else. That's all that matters. But I think it's also just how we interact with people, that he took us and was like, "Hey, that's fine. Just move on."
Yeah, no, we definitely got away with that pretty well. Let me see here. So one of the questions that that we did have, what are some of the places on your bucket list? Yeah, that is such a long list. Obviously the big ones, Chernobyl, anywhere actually overseas, just it's a different kind of explorer over there. Yeah, definitely lots of places on the list.
I don't really have any specifics other than just different types of places. We seem to kind of do the same kinds of schools, and I just want to do other types of places.
Grab that real quick.
And say, do you want to put that up?
Yeah, we'll absolutely take suggestions. If you don't want them in the chat or anything, just message us directly. We would absolutely take suggestions.
Yeah.
All right, where did that one? Onto this one. How do you deal with the ups and downs of the channel? Yeah, that's definitely an interesting question. Some days are definitely better than others. YouTube is definitely a roller coaster. 12-hour hike.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm fat. That's like way no fun.
It doesn't really sound like fun.
If a not a 4-wheeler. That it's a hike. So no. Yeah.
No.
That is too much strenuous activity for me.
Actually,
and also having 12 hours to spare is also not a thing for me.
Well, I was just going to say that the actual ability to commit 12 hours to it be pretty rough too. But it sounds like fun in a not fun way.
Okay, so you can have a GoPro and I can just watch it from a distance. How's that?
Yeah. Yeah. Derelict Decay also asked in an earlier that we collected questions. What's your favorite type of abandoned property to explore and why? I don't know. It used to feel like it was schools because we did so many of them. Hospitals are always a good thing to check out. I guess we kind of don't really have a I don't really have a favorite anymore. I just like seeing all of it.
Yeah, and I like seeing like finding out like the background of it. Whether I think places that are also have been something that have been something else that have been like that are multiple things. I think that's kind of cool to see the transition of multiple things that has been, and then whatever led to it not being anything anymore.
What led you both to starting the channel? So actually, I guess somewhat of an interesting story. This is something that I've done kind of on and off for many years. It wasn't really until last year, middle of last year,
It's
we
over a
decided
year
to.
now.
Yeah, it was April, May of 2020 when we decided to start the channel. It was supposed to be maybe a once a month thing that we would go out and kind of photograph a place.
Yeah.
To the channel that started weekly. Unfortunately, due to some things outside of both of our control, we're kind of down to every other week, but we're still getting out there. Maybe a little more than Jess's these days.
Yeah. I think most people know the backstory, like that we are siblings. That this was kind of a bonding thing that was supposed to be, oh yeah, we kind of have this interest, let's do something, and then became to be more. Um, my job kind of like everywhere else became understaffed, and I can't get out as much as I would like, but um, still trying to help as much as I can at a distance, and every once in a while get out.
I don't know who asked us this, but out of all the places you've gone, which place did you like the most? Well, up until this past weekend, I would have said the a middle school in Philly, but this college campus in New Jersey that I recently got to explore is pretty well up on that list now. Um, maybe, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the college campus. Did I lose? Did I lose you? I thought
No,
maybe you had your place.
I it's been so long since I've been able to go right now. I like the family history of the brewery. Um, the just doing the trip down to Pittsburgh was cool. We didn't really get anything major, but we got to see a bunch of little things. So I thought that was cool just because it was our first like trip.
I get cranky when traveling. Do you two ever fight while out filming? Probably.
You get cranky when you don't have food, and that's why we have snacks. Um, we've honestly a lot of times when we go places, we're coming from two different areas, so we don't really travel together that much. The only thing that we actually traveled together was out to Pittsburgh. Um, but it wasn't bad. Like we drove out there. We kind of had a plan. Um, it was our first overnight, but there's no fighting whatsoever. We definitely fought more as kids than traveling doing this.
Yeah. I like this. I like this question.
I read that too. I chuckled.
Where are you going first? I don't know, probably down south. There's some things down there that I really want to that I want to get to. That's probably where I'm headed. Um, I'd love to see the Six Flags New Orleans.
Yeah, I really do want to do an amusement park, so I'd be down with that.
The college campus was pretty cool. Yes, it was, and I'm way too old for getting into that place, but I did. Uh, when was the closest you came to getting arrested? Thankfully, we really haven't, other than
No,
the security guard guy. Which, when he told us he was going to drive us back to our car, there really was that split second of, is he driving us back to the car or to the police?
yeah.
What was the scariest place you've been? Um, None of them really. Um,
I was gonna say I don't think it was necessarily scary, other than
and I
walking
guess that's
around Philly, but that's not because of the abandoned. That's just because of
oh, that's Philly's nice compared to some of the places I've been recently that you haven't been out with. Um, I guess because while we don't disbelieve, we don't believe in paranormal. I guess is the way of saying that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the casket in the basement of the funeral home was a little off, just not knowing. Um, the most of the time it's wild animals that you're not expecting.
Yeah, I remember going through that diner and all of a sudden I'm like, what is moving? And it was a cat going through the roof. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, yeah, animals kind of jump out. Um, any paranormal encounters? I kind of like I just said, it's not that we believe or we disbelieve. Um, it's, I mean, audio's been messed up from time to time for no real reason. I guess if you want to say that is something. But I can't really say one way or the other. What's next? Um, not not 100% sure yet. Looking at maybe looking at them all, but I don't have an exact spot for next. But I guess we'll have to see what video comes out next week. How do you find places? Lots and lots and lots and lots of Googling, talking to people, making connections, um, just constantly, constantly looking. Um, no, it's not. I'm not looking at Fredericktown Mall, and that's a shame. I hadn't heard anything going on there, but I would assume probably vandalism. This is actually an interesting one. Um, yes, I've run into other explorers, um, scrappers,
A lot of scrappers.
homeless. Yeah, um, most of the time, the scrappers and the homeless are pretty laid back. Just let them. They do their thing, and you do your thing. Um, Other explorers are usually pretty cool too. Um, Generally speaking, my experience has been they're not supposed to be there, neither are you. So everybody just kind of does their thing.
Yep.
Are they considering reopening the mall or doing something else with it? Scrappers, yeah, really anything they can sell. When we did the power plant down in Philly, I think they were literally taking the bolts.
Yeah.
Anything they
That
could
was crazy.
conceivably, yeah.
Anything
They
they
were
could carry
just
out.
pretty much. I mean, they were literally tearing that place apart, bolt by bolt. Last question: are there any places you would never go again? Um, Really, most of them. Um, once once we pretty much see a place, I mean, unless there's something really kind of amazing that we'd missed, we usually don't go back, just because there's so many things to see. Um, I did I did end up at the college twice, only because I had found out the following week that somebody else made entry into it, and we decided to give it a shot and go back. But usually, no.
I also believe don't test the gods. If you got in and out safely, don't try again. You might not be as successful.
One thing I would say is maybe, maybe several years down the road, um, if we kind of want to see how a place has changed over, say, 5 years, maybe I would go back and kind of look at it again. Um, but yeah, most cases, no, I'm not going back. Uh,
Yeah, and honestly, most of the time you can see from what other people post, um, if things change pretty much. Like that power plant we did, like 2 weeks later, somebody really graffitied it. So I don't think it's really worth going back and seeing for yourself. You can see it from somebody else.
uh, well, hopefully it works out for them. Certainly much better than seeing them all turn into something, burned down or what we typically see. I mean, it's nice to see when they can turn things around.
Yeah.
So that's the questions that I have. If anyone has any questions, throw them in the chat. We'll be happy to answer them. Um, Kind of looking towards the future. A couple of short documentaries in the works. Won't say much really more than that about them yet. Um, the can you please
Go with
explain the
your
name?
go with your train of thought and then go.
Oh,
You just like stopped.
My thoughts are
I know,
really all
I
over the
know,
place.
squirrel.
Yes,
But
shiny object. The name, uh, honestly, we wanted something. We
different.
did a lot of searching for something different. The name loosely translates to the eerie feeling of a place that should be populated, but no longer is. Um, so we just, so many people, they use their name, they use, um, we just wanted something really different and kind of eye catching. And um, it's how we really ended up with it, the Google search.
Yeah, and everything we do, people are always commenting on the name. So I think the fact that we went a little out of the norm worked for us.
Did we miss anyone's questions in all of this? Oh, I think we.
Obviously, this is the first time we've done this, so we don't really know what we're doing.
Yeah, no, we don't know we don't know what we're doing at all.
About most things we do.
So, 1,000 subscribers. Well, considering the roller coaster ride that it has been, um, I'm sure there'll probably be some alcohol involved.
I know we've
And
kind of been toying with the fact of maybe doing live streams and having other people on it. If anybody is interested in doing something like that, we've been toying around with that idea. Um, Trying to learn a little bit more about the community. I think would be kind of cool.
who's your favorite popular YouTube channel? Well, I mean, honestly, if you're in this game and you're not a fan of the proper people, I don't really know what to say. Um, but having said that, there is there are a lot of really good
Yeah.
channels out there. I mean, the proper people being one of them. I always enjoy. Oh, the name just left me. Broken window theory. but they are out of the UK. Um, there's so many. Um, everybody that we've really talked to not only has been, super nice,
Mhm.
but and super helpful, but their channels are really good too, and they deserve it, um, all as well. Um, but yeah, um, yeah. Um, I mean, they really are. They not only do they, they put out, they do amazing explorers, but they also just put out a good video on top of it. They
Yeah.
definitely put their time into into the video. Something I wish I had more of, um, but I do what I can with the limited time that I have. Ah, okay. I knew they were overseas. I couldn't quite remember exactly where, but no, they do a good job as well. Mm, yeah, I would have to agree with that. No, I think they do really well. But unfortunately, guys, we don't have anything as planned as we would have liked. But as Jess said, this is definitely our first one, and I know I've learned a lot of things today. Have some thoughts prepared. You can't
Thoughts. Who
wing
has
it.
thoughts in general? Like, I have no
Well,
thoughts. He just acts.
you know when I should have some blooper footage, so when I have nothing more to say, I could just throw that up.
Yes. I know. I really wish I had video of the things I've seen you fall and, you know,
Okay, I did not see that large log in the grass. You wouldn't have
or
seen
the
it either.
or I don't know, the wall that just kind of came to an end. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take this giant step for mankind.
Well, it was apparently easier than going all the way around it.
Well,
Apparently,
yes. I'm trying to figure out how to get blooper video of him. Um, Normally it's not necessarily during the explore, it's leaving that he falls, and it's quite entertaining for me, but the rest of the world needs to see it too.
so the I did buy a GoPro, and the idea behind the GoPro was just to let it go. Just when we start, turn it on, just let it record. However, since I've gotten the GoPro, yeah, I haven't really fallen. So maybe it was just a good luck charm.
Or it's because we haven't been out together as much as we were. So
Well, that could be it too.
I'm secretly pushing you when no one's looking. You just don't feel it.
Is that what it is? Um,
Yes.
you know, I've thought about a compilation video kind of to um, really wrap up the year and pull some of our favorite clips of everything we've been to throughout the year. Because uh, I recently went back looking through um, January of last year's um, photos and stuff in Lightroom, and just by this point of the year, really forgot about many of the places that we've actually been um, throughout the year. But I
Dead
guess, guys,
silence.
yeah, I think thanks, thank you everyone that showed up tonight. Um, I know Jess and I both had very long days today, so um, I think for our first one, um, I think we're gonna call it here at 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Unless there's
and
any,
we appreciate the interaction. It has definitely been fun. Hope that you guys enjoyed it.
and I think I like everyone's idea. I think maybe we'll put a best of video together for the end of the year.
Perfect timing.
That's it. All right, guys, thanks for coming by. I think we'll do this again here soon. Maybe line up some people to chat with us and make it a little more interesting. But thanks everyone for the 500. We really appreciate it. We never thought we'd be here.
No.
Have a good night, everyone.